There's a point in life where you realize something important.
It's not always people who are draining you. It's how easily you're emotionally affected by them.
Psychology shows that emotional resilience
Isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through repeated habits. And the more stable your internal world becomes, the less power other people have over your mood, confidence, and peace.
So instead of trying to control people, these are 5 habits that help you become less affected by them. These habits help you become less affected by others in the first place.
1. You pause before you absorb. Most emotional stress doesn't come from what people do. It comes from how quickly you absorb it. Someone says something rude.
Someone ignores you.
Someone acts differently than you expected. And instantly, your mind takes it in like truth. Psychology calls this emotional absorption.
When external behavior immediately becomes internal emotional reality.
The habit that changes everything is learning to pause before you absorb. Not every action deserves instant meaning. Not every tone deserves interpretation. When something happens, train your mind to delay emotional reaction. Do I need to react to this? Is this actually about me? Or am I just reacting automatically? That pause weakens emotional impact. Two, you stop filling in the blanks about people. A big reason people get emotionally affected is assumption. When someone is quiet, you assume they're upset. When someone replies late, you assume you did something wrong.
I don't get it. How are you always so calm when everything is falling apart?
I've just learned to let the stress go.
But psychology shows something simple. The mind hates uncertainty.
So it creates stories to fill gaps, even if those stories hurt you. This habit is about stopping that process. Not everything needs a hidden meaning. Not everything needs analysis. When you stop creating narratives, people lose their emotional grip on you. Because most of the pain was never from reality, it was from interpretation.
3. You build a strong internal reference point.
People affect you more when your emotional identity depends on them.
If your confidence changes based on how others treat you, then you will always feel unstable. Psychologically, this is called external validation dependency. The habit that changes this is building an internal reference point. Meaning your sense of worth doesn't shift every time someone shifts their behavior. You start asking, what do I believe about myself? What remains true about me, regardless of their opinion? What would I still think about myself, even if they misunderstood me? When your identity is internally anchored, people stop becoming emotional authorities in your life. Four, you don't over-explain yourself anymore. Over-explaining is often a sign of emotional insecurity. You feel misunderstood, so you try to correct everything. You feel judged, so you try to justify everything. You feel tension, so you try to fix everything.
But psychology shows that the more you over-explain,
The more emotionally invested you become in how others perceive you.
This habit is about learning to stop that cycle.
You don't need to convince everyone. You don't need perfect understanding from everyone. Sometimes a simple, I understand your point. That's fine, Wen. I'll leave it there. Protects your emotional energy more than any long explanation ever could. Because peace grows when you stop negotiating your worth.
5. You practice emotional detachment without becoming cold.
Detachment is often misunderstood.
It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't over-attach your emotions. You don't over-attach your emotions to people's behavior. Psychology explains that emotional suffering increases when attachment is rigid.
When someone's mood can change your entire day, your nervous system becomes dependent. Your nervous system becomes dependent on external control. The habit here is learning flexible attachment. You care, but you don't cling. You engage, but you don't depend. You interact, but you don't lose yourself. You start seeing people as part of your life, not the center of your emotional world. And slowly, their behavior stops controlling your inner state.
The goal isn't to become unaffected in a robotic way. It's to become stable enough that people's behavior doesn't decide your emotional weather.
Because once you build these habits, something shifts. You still feel things, but you don't get pulled by everything. You still care, but you don't collapse into people's moods. And most importantly, you stop losing yourself in situations that were never meant to define you. These situations were never meant to define you in the first place.